Should you start your own company? Are you crazy? Well, maybe I was a little crazy. But either way, I did it, and I'm happy I did it. Because I control my own schedule in ways that I never did before, and I feel more invested than I ever did before. I mean, without knowing your story, I can't tell you if that's going to be a fit for you, but I could offer you some pointers. So the first thing you need to do is start an LLC. There's different things, sole proprietorship, S-Corp. You'll have to figure that out a little bit later down the line, but make sure you set up an LLC for yourself. It costs here in Indiana a little over $100, I think is what I paid. It took like 15 minutes. It's pretty simple. Every other year you kind of have to re-up that, and the fee is a little over $50. So number two, you would need a registered agent. I use Northwestern Agent. All you do is go online, find one that you like, basically a place where they can send official paperwork. You get notified, you get copies of it. I've yet to figure out why I need it, but the state tells me I do, so I do. You might also need an employee identification number. I went on the IRS website, got one of those knocked out in 10 minutes, and it is free. Speaking of the IRS, make sure you put away enough for taxes. And if you are a sole proprietor, at least here in Indiana, make sure you're gonna be paying that about quarterly, okay, to avoid any kind of fines, that sort of deal. But it should be noted, I am not an accountant. So this is not official advice, this is just me giving you my personal experience. After I set up all that basic stuff, I set up social media accounts for my business, and then you've got to be prepared to hustle and sell yourself and your value. For me, I contacted a lot of the salespeople that I used to work with. I reached out to former clients to see how I can update things for them, what I can offer. For me also, it was learning that it is an ecosystem. I was a creative director for the last few years, so I hired a lot of shooter editors, and now I am one in this market, and it's all about respect for the people that you used to work with, people that you run into. It is a small community, so I want to make sure that for me, my pricing was in a good place, so it's not well above people, well below people, that I was just coming in at a sweet spot. So whatever your business is, research what you should be charging. Be prepared for the fact that when you get paid, it is per project. You are abandoning that idea of a regular paycheck, unless maybe you do an S-Corp or something where you set it up to definitely pay yourself a certain amount every time. Make sure you are setting aside for your taxes. Make sure that when you are having good months, you're putting some of that aside for when you have smaller months. Again, that all depends on the kind of business you're gonna run, but that's how I've liked to operate. I would say if you're going to start your own business, only do it if you truly love what you do or you have a passion for it. And you've got to have a why. I think the thing that pushed me was I worked at a company that had a large amount of layoffs, and so it was my thought of, do I go somewhere else or do I build my own thing? And that is something that I wanted to do for a while, but I had not brought myself to that point. So in a way, a company giving me a layoff gave me a launching pad and almost gave my mind permission to do something that I'd wanted to do for a long time. Most importantly, bet on yourself. Unless you play sports, then that's pretty much frowned upon, and don't do that. But in any other venue, bet on yourself, believe in yourself, be passionate about what you do. And when you build clients, build friendships, right? Think long term. Whenever you work with people, give them everything you've got and be the most passionate you can be. People will want to work with you continually if you do that. Treat people well, the way you want to be treated. It's that golden rule, but it really works. And the coolest thing about starting your own business is that you can contribute to culture. Something's been lost in a lot of businesses where it's all about the bottom line. Sometimes people are forgotten about. Just realize that when you are interacting with every individual client, treat them with respect, kindness, treat them the way you want to be treated. If you're in a position where you hire people or you get to that point, then you know how you want to treat those people. You know how you want to build that culture. That can have a ripple effect in this world. So I think that is a very cool thing that not enough people talk about. I hope this video has been helpful for you, and I plan to post more of them in the future, talking a little bit about what it is like to navigate those waters as a videographer and an editor, today's world, starting your own business. Hey, I hope you guys are doing great. I'll catch you all later. Have a good one.